What's happening, YouTube? My name is Vince. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a full day of eating for you guys, and I actually thought about doing this a little bit late in the day, but I'm going to show you what I ate. So a real quick background of what exactly I'm doing. I'm actually combining intermittent fasting and carb backloading principles into my diet. So I have a 5-hour eating window. And what that means, guys, is I'm actually breaking my fast, and then I have 5 hours from then to get all my calories in for the day, all my macros in. So how it looks like is this. I wake up in the morning and I work out in the morning. So whenever Casey and I are getting ready, I have pre-workout. Now that's not breaking my fast because I don't have any sort of calories with it. Plus, my pre-workout doesn't have a whole lot of anything in it. If it has 1 or 2 grams of sugars, I'm really not so concerned about that, just because I don't think that that's going to pull me out of fasting state. Now, I could be wrong for all I know, but I don't count that as breaking my fast. But what I do count as breaking my fast is during my workout, I have one of these. I have a Gatorade. It doesn't matter what flavor you have, just as long as it is not Gatorade Zero or Gatorade Low sugar. I think they have low sugar. I'm not sure if they make zero. I might be thinking about Powerade. Anyway, so if you want to go ahead and look on these macros here, it's pretty much, zero fat. Sodium's at 270. Potassium is at 75. And those are both milligrams. And then carbohydrate, 36 grams. 34 grams of sugar if you're interested in that. So this counts as breaking my fast. Now what I do is I mix it in with my gallon water jug. Yes, I'm one of those people that carries around a water jug, but I'm thirsty in my workout. I gotta stay hydrated. And if I have this, just throwing it back, 1, this is enough liquid for me, and 2, I would get really thirsty. I think this wouldn't really taste good to me. And part of that is when I'm also having my Gatorade. I'm leaving cabinets open. I'm a typical man. When I do have my Gatorade, I also have BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, and for some reason they're not here. Casey must have taken them to work, but they're the Extend BCAAs. So I have one of these mixed in with BCAAs, mixed in with half gallon of water. I don't drink a full gallon during my workout, and that's breaking my fast. Now, when I come home after my hard workout, I immediately have my post-workout shake, and it consists of this. So right now, during my calorie ramp up, I'm actually ramping up my calories before my show. I'm trying to put on some quality size and some quality muscle before I compete in March. Right now I'm eating 5 ounces of these, okay, Frosted Rice Krispies, and oh my God, are they good. So macros on here, 0 fat, sodium's 100 grams, potassium's 100 milligrams, potassium's 20 milligrams. There are 27 grams of carbohydrates, 12 of which are from sugar, and there's 1 gram of protein. So, and the serving size is a 3/4 of a cup. And I'm getting about 5 ounces. Next, I get a half a scoop of Waybolic GNC protein. I'm not sure if you guys have ever looked at GNC's protein, but they consistently have great tasting protein, and they fill it up. Now, we've had this for a while, but when they fill it up to like where you can see it. Now, I know with most protein, when you open it, you pay $60 for a tub this big, and you look in it down and it's halfway gone. And I don't know about you guys, but I always feel like I've been ripped off. Now they say that, oh, it's because of the settling, but it still doesn't matter. I paid $60 for half of that. I don't know, it just gives me a better sense of my money went to use. Anyway, what's next? I get 4 ounces of Welch's Natural, and it's just jelly. I put that in with and all this goes into a smoothie. I get my blender out and everything like that. So the macros here, 0 fat, no sodium, 11 carb, 10 of which are from sugar, and 0 protein. I have 4 ounces of egg whites, 0 fat, 1 gram of carb, 5 grams of protein per serving. That's 46 grams. That's just under 2 ounces. I like to get 4 ounces of egg whites. And then I have 8 ounces of this Fairlife milk. I don't know if you guys ever tried this, but I really like it. is fat-free, ultra-filtered milk, lactose-free. I'm not lactose intolerant, but I always feel that lactose is harder for anyone to digest in most cases. And I've always liked milk when I was younger. It's just digestion wouldn't be as easy as it was whenever I don't have any lactose. But if I'm ever in the store and I feel like having it, I'll have one of those Halo Top pints that's not dairy-free, and I'm okay with it. But I just find that I digest lactose-free milk better, and I like that. Macros on this: 0 fat, 6 grams of carbs, 6 of which are from sugar, and 13 grams of protein. And then I have one of these, and I like to keep these bananas frozen. They're not exactly ripe enough for me to freeze them yet, so I haven't done that. However, I like to weigh it out to get about 4 ounces of frozen banana in my shake. And I throw it all in the blender with a little bit of ice, and that's it. I down that. I fit it in a big mug, and I rip it. It's done. And afterwards, I like to have 2 or 3 pieces of candy. Why pieces of candy? 1, because I got to get rid of the Halloween candy somehow. But 2, that kind of fills me up to the 75% mark. What I mean by that is I like to get 60 to 75% of my carbohydrates out of the way after my post-workout meal. One of the reasons is because for my second meal of the day, which I just had, I like to keep it kind of a well-rounded meal. I have enough fat, I have an equal amount of protein, I have an equal amount of carbs. Now, that was Ellie yawning, if you guys wanted to know. So, for my second meal, it's 10 ounces of chicken breast. I cook it in the Instant Pot here. And now I'm having 8 ounces of rice, of white rice, and I'm having a tablespoon of olive oil and a half teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. So you guys noticed from what I just told you, that's a well-rounded meal. I have the protein from the chicken, I have the carbohydrates from the salt, obviously, I get the carbohydrates from the rice, and then I get my fat from the olive oil. Since I'm telling you about what I'm eating, I gotta tell you how I cook it. So I do most of my cooking with the Instant Pot. If you guys can see it right here. This thing is a lifesaver. I tell you what, cooking chicken in the oven or on the skillet, it just gets so time consuming. You have to watch it. It's impossible. And if you overcook it, you're pissed at yourself and you burn the pan. Or if you undercook it, you're obviously not gonna you're not gonna eat undercooked chicken, so you kind of screwed up the entire thing. This is a lifesaver. I think it has all these settings. I've cooked chicken in this. I've just cooked rice in this. I'll show you guys what it looks like. This is the rice. This is 2 cups of rice with 4 cups of water. Let me get rid of this action here. And it comes out amazing. Now, I'm no rice expert, but it's sticky and it's fluffy. It reminds me of the rice that you would get from a Chinese restaurant, and I love that stuff. So I use the Instant Pot in everything. I use everything. The Instant Pot is my go-to because it is just such an amazing tool in the kitchen. Chicken comes out perfect every single time. I like to season my chicken, and it just comes out tender, and it comes out. Now, it's hard to get juicy chicken unless you really marinate it in a brine or something, but I don't really care about that so much because I know that when I'm eating chicken, I'm eating bland chicken. And there are some seasonings in that, but seasoning only goes so far. And for those of you who've been eating chicken breast for as long as I have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So when I cook my chicken, it's one of those things that as long as it comes out good, meaning it's not undercooked, and there's seasoning on top, and if I can add salsa to it or something, to just kind of spice it up a little bit, then that's all I'm worried about. Plus, I can cook a whole rack, and what I mean by that is if you go to like Walmart or Giant Eagle or Kroger, those big packages, if you guys have been lifting, you know exactly what I'm talking about, those big packages of chicken breast, you can cook a whole thing or 2 of those in one of these. Now, I know there's varying sizes, but you guys know what I'm saying. Perfect every single time. You can adjust the time, and it cooks it completely every single time. It is amazing. What I'm doing right now, like I said, I just cooked my rice. I'm gonna put that in the Tupperware. I have to go to the store today. I got a little bit of errands to run. My friends and I, Casey and I, are actually hosting Friendsgiving here at the house. And I am in charge of, well, we are in charge of making turkey meatballs and cranberry sauce. I already have frozen cranberries in the freezer. I bought, I still have to get the turkey, but I don't think anyone's gonna take ground turkey before Thanksgiving. I think they're trying to get turkey. So I'm gonna kind of wait on that a little bit. If I do get ground turkey, I'm gonna freeze it so it doesn't go bad. But I'm also in charge of the drinks. And I've been looking around for some recipes, and I think I come up with a good one here. I gotta get a container to put this this jungle juice in. But I got 2 gallons of apple cider right now. I'm going to the store to get some cinnamon sticks to put those in. And I also gotta go to the liquor store to pick up some good liquor. I think I'm gonna get some maple bourbon or something like that. So it's gonna be merry, that's for sure. And I bet you guys are jealous if you guys aren't coming. So shout out to my friends who are coming to Friendsgiving. I can't wait for you guys to come and check it out and have some of all this great stuff that we're working on here. Okay, so for my last meal of the day, I'm going to have 4 ounces of egg whites. I'm gonna have 1 whole egg, and I'm gonna have 10 ounces of chicken. I'm actually warming up the plate right now. We're gonna get right on it. Oh, I'm also gonna have a tablespoon of olive oil. Now, this is my last meal, like I said. It is, by the time I'm done eating it, it's gonna be about 12:30. And that's a little bit past my eating window, but that's okay. This isn't going to, be a negative effect on the intermittent fasting diet. As long as you're in that area, you're gonna be okay. This meal has little to no carbs in it, very trace amounts, and that's the way I want it to. I want to kind of taper off my carbohydrates as my meals go by. So I like to call this some sort of like carb fasting. And post-workout, it's again, you're gonna realize that it's lower fat. And then the second meal afterwards, it's going to be kind of moderate fat, but this next meal is gonna be a little bit higher in fat because not only am I getting that egg yolk, but I'm also getting that tablespoon of olive oil, which is going to bump my fats up to where they need to be. Like I said, guys, this is kind of like a hybrid mix of intermittent fasting intermingled with carb backloading. Intermittent fasting is, kind of easy to go ahead and implement in your diet because it's all about when you eat, not really about what you eat. Burning it. What I like to do is I kind of like to put my chicken on my eggs, just because I keep my chicken in the fridge, obviously like any normal human being does, but I don't like the taste of cold chicken. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm actually going to weigh out my chicken in the bowl. I have to get chicken today, guys. That's huge. I'm gonna weigh out my chicken in my bowl so I can put it on my eggs as they cook and kind of warm them up. The only reason I do that, like I said, is just because I don't like the taste of of just cold chicken straight out of the fridge. It makes me want to gag. If you guys have noticed, I got them in little chunks. That is so you can have easier digestion. A lot of people don't know, but the bigger your bites, the harder it is to digest that food. And so you're hurting yourself if you don't do that. If you don't cut up your chicken. I've seen people, just take the cooked chicken breast and just snip real tiny pieces off, which that's okay too. I just do it beforehand, so whenever I cook it in the Instant Pot, I have more surface area on the chicken for it to cook more thoroughly, and so the seasoning gets in all the cracks and crevices. So now I'm gonna get my tablespoon out. Where are you at? Here we go. And my oil, I put it in a red wine vinegar bottle, but I'm just reusing it just because I don't want to go out and buy one of those artisanal oil holders when this is fine. So it's just olive oil, but I put my own spices in it, like red pepper flake, oregano, some Italian seasonings, and just kind of gives the oil like a little bit of a kick to it. That's the only way I can really put it. So there's that. We got a bunch to do today, but this makes it so much easier for me to go out and continue my day. I don't have to worry about eating I do eat every 2 hours, but that's just for the beginning of the day. But I don't have to worry about coming back home and packing my meals. It's all done. All of it's done. I don't have to worry about it. So my chicken's done. I'm about to eat. This is gonna be my last meal of the day, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side. So if you guys have any questions about carb backloading, intermittent fasting, how to set up your diet, go ahead and reach out to me in the comments section. So guys, if you haven't already and you made it to the end, click subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about carb backloading, intermittent fasting, or anything diet related, go ahead and post it in the comment section. I'll be sure to get back to you guys in a jiffy. And as always, I appreciate you guys visiting the channel, watching the videos. You guys support me and I love you guys with all my heart. We'll talk to you soon.